Voxels are awesome. It's probably my favorite type of game. I spent countless of hours on Minecraft. Recently there has been Teardown, which is demonstrating how fun it could be to play with voxel physics. Voxels are also beautiful. I show some John Lin's video on screen, which are just marvelous. Okay, and if you don't know John Lin, he's the guy making his own voxel game engine. So I recommend you to check his video, but you probably already did. In a technical manner, I also think voxel is a more realistic approach for video game. 99% of our games are made using rasterization, which is the process of drawing triangle on your screen. And even games like Minecraft, which is a voxel game, is using rasterization to draw the cube on the screen. And there's nothing wrong with it, I just think it's the fake way of thinking about video games. Because if you go through a wall, you can directly see that that's not actually a wall. It was just a fake plane with highly detailed texture on top. Where in a voxel game you can't go through walls, and if you do, you'll just see what's inside the wall. Because what's inside actually exists. You're not seeing it from the outside, but it's actually there. I think it's kind of a trend. If you take ray tracing for example, before that we had shadow maps, which is a rough approximation of the shadows on your scene. And now we have ray tracing, which is a more physical way of simulating the light. And for voxel it's the same thing. We currently have rasterization with the fake triangle, and we can have volumes with voxels. And I can easily imagine a game 20 years from now with either rasterization and voxel, and voxel will probably be more realistic because the voxel will be so tiny it will be barely distinguishable. Difficult to say. It will be barely distinguishable. When on the other hand, the rasterization game will be just the same plane, but with 64K texture on top. Okay, and the last reason that drives me into voxel is that there is a lot to discover. If you take the first voxel game and what we are currently at, there is no much difference. Voxel didn't evolve that much. You can argue that we can show more voxel on screen and it's looking better, but that's not because of voxel. That's because of the hardware and the better software that we made to take advantage of this hardware. Hardware that is optimized to draw triangle on your screen. So in all of this, I decided to make my own voxel game engine, which is called OpenVoxel. If you search on YouTube, there's other people making their own voxel game engine. And I watch all those devlogs and videos about voxel on YouTube, but I'm not satisfied. So here's 2 points that make OpenVoxel different than the other. First of all, it will be fully open source. For me, it's very important because I think it's a shame that all the other voxel engines are hiding their code. I believe that we need to share our work to grow the voxel community. And that's why OpenVoxel will be open source. Secondly, I want you to be a part of this project. Because I'm a voxel fan and the only thing I can do is watch YouTube video about other people making their own game engine. So I want you to have OpenVoxel in your hand as soon as possible. You could either create your own voxel game or just help me with the code. And from the beginning I'm saying game engine, but that's not right. Because what I want to make is a voxel game editor. That's very different because the engine is what allows the game from running, where the editor is a tool to help you create your game on the engine. Okay, to summarize everything, voxel are awesome. I want to make my voxel game engine. I want you to be a part of it, either by contributing to the code, making your own voxel game, or just giving me feedback under those videos. And the last and not the least point is that I reserve the right from giving up. Yeah, because from the start of this video, I sound like someone selling you his billion startup idea. But if I'm being realistic, there is very few chances that I succeed in my quest. And that's another reason of why OpenVoxel will be open source. Because if I give up, I want my code to be free to use for everyone. So someone else after me can take this code, look at what I've done right and wrong to just improve his own project. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you're excited as I am to start this project, and I'll see you in the next video.